Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to introduce our next speaker. She is an advocate and counselor, Charity Chandler.
Disgrace is the loss of reputation and respect, especially as a result of a dishonorable action. Disgrace to me is kind of like a tattoo. It's permanent, and the idea is once you get it, you're stuck with it. However, there is a long, painful process to potentially remove the tattoo. But it's not a go there once and get it removed that day process. It's a process that can take anywhere from a few months to several years to completely remove, depending on the size and the amount of ink that was used. And even then, you may still see remnants of it. Honor, on the other hand, is having high respect or esteem, and it is a privilege. Honor is something that is earned or gained, and once you get it, you aspire to keep it. Being that honor and disgrace are on complete opposite ends of the spectrum, you may wonder, how does one go from disgrace to honor? What is the disgrace removal process? Well, I was once a disgrace, an embarrassment, even a failure. But today, I am a strong Black woman, a gifted mother, and a blessed child of God. I am intelligent, educated, motivated, driven, and succeeding in life. But most importantly, coming from a disgraceful past, I have earned honor. I see myself as the poster child representing every young woman that has been to hell and back, and though doubted by the world, holds strong to prove that she too can be somebody. I was born to a somewhat normal family, 2 parents, a sibling, food on the table, a roof over my head. 10 years and 5 siblings later, the normality of my life drastically changed, and it included a divorce, poverty, my mother raising 6 children on her own while battling breast cancer, an absentee father, and my role as a 10-year-old child changing to that of a 10-year-old caregiver. School, which was once an enjoyment and escape, became a nightmare because of the taunting children constantly reminding me of my circumstances. And by the time I was 14, education became a phantom of my imagination and was replaced by the need to survive, which included gangs, illicit behavior, drug dealing, and whatever else gave me a sense of security and belonging. After struggling for 4 years, my mother succumbed to anxiety, depression, and stress, and 2 of my sisters and I were bounced around between juvenile halls, foster homes, and group homes as she no longer wanted to have us as a responsibility. I immediately gave up on life at that point and hated God for bringing me into this world to suffer. My time in the system was horrid, and I experienced and was exposed to things no child my age should have had to. I committed shameful acts that can never be erased. And to this day, I'm vulnerable because my past could still potentially hinder future pursuits. I eventually turned 18 and was released from the system only to get pregnant right away. I truly believed at this point that I was cursed. And I must shamefully admit that I was on my way to prevent my unborn child from obtaining my curse when an interesting thought crossed my mind. I could prevent this curse by breaking it. So I immediately checked myself into trade school and attended there my whole pregnancy. I made a promise to my unborn child that he would not experience the hardships in life that I did. And this little fetus became the beam of my existence and changed my life forever. I now had something to live for, someone who loved me and needed me, and that was a feeling I've never felt before. I knew that I now had to change my outlook on life and not allow my mind to dwell within the victim mentality, nor allow my stained record and past to determine my future. You see, statistically, my chances of graduating high school were slim to none, and college wasn't very likely. So I set out on a mission to prove statistics and everyone that ever doubted me and told me I would never amount to anything wrong. I wanted to prove that regardless of one's background, upbringing, or past, that anyone can accomplish anything so long as they have the ambition, willpower, and drive to go full force and get what they want out of life. And that's exactly what I did. I graduated in the top 2% of my class from Loyola Marymount University and was nominated for valedictorian. Thank you. I currently work for LMU and was blessed to have been offered a position right out of college. I'm in graduate school and will be pursuing law school next year. In addition to work in school, I sit on 2 boards, one, the Board of Directors for the Anti-Recidivism Coalition, and the Juvenile Justice Standing Committee, which is a subcommittee to the Board of State and Community Corrections. So yeah, this once disgraceful girl is becoming somebody. And not just, but not just anybody. I'm becoming someone that others like me can look up to and say, if Charity can make it, then so can I. I've set out to create a new statistic. It's the, you can get your shit together after all statistic. The give up on me all you want, but I'm still gonna make it statistic. And the I refuse to be worthless and will succeed statistic. You see, the disgrace removal process starts with learning how to value and appreciate yourself. Yeah, we've messed up. You've messed up, and probably very badly. But we owe it to ourselves, our families, and our communities to become somebody. We have to learn how to climb out of the pits of uncertainty, doubt, shame, failure, and disgrace, and become somebody. I hear all the time, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, but you do. You have to prove it to yourself, and you have to prove it to the world. You have to prove that rehabilitation and redemption is possible. You owe it to yourself and society to be better, to do better, even if no one else believes that you can. With that said, I have 2 dares. They're the From Disgrace to Honor dares. First, I dare you, inmates, and those formerly incarcerated, to gain your honor by embracing a mindset of change and aid in changing society's perspective of you by believing that you are destined for greatness and not succumbing to your crime, your record, or your past. But understand, nobody owes you anything, so you will have to work that much harder for everything. You will have to fight, beg, cry, and work with a capital W for your honor. But once you get it, once you feel that cloud above your head, filled with all the motivation, drive, and heart you put into becoming a successful agent of society, and it starts to pour out accomplishments, successes, repaired relationships, forgiveness, and a sense of community and worth that drowns out all doubt, negativity, and fear, you will have gained your honor. And disgrace, well, you can just kick him to the curb because you won't know him anymore. Secondly, I dare you, society, to be receptive and put your guard down when you see someone striving to make a difference and are begging for change. In our society, a sentence isn't just the time spent locked up. It's a big red X that follows you wherever you go, preventing you from obtaining decent employment and housing. So I dare you, society, to let someone that is trying and anxious to prove to you that they are worthy, prove it. Don't be so quick to dig up someone's past and shine a light on it. I am not my past, but I will be your future. They will be your future. So let's embrace our future. Let's set the stage for what the formerly incarcerated looks like. And as a result, reduce recidivism. With your help, they can succeed. With your help, they can go from disgrace to honor. Thank you.